Our first story was originally written 3 years ago and we now have an update. Opie writes, I, female 30, just found out my fiance, male 30, has been cheating on me with escorts. I can't believe I even had to write that sentence out. We have been together 8 years, engaged for 6 months. We have had problems connecting lately due to a host of underlying issues. His drug and alcohol problems, and I dealt with seasonal affective disorder over the winter. A week ago we went on a trip to get away and rekindle our love, blah blah blah, and I thought we were getting on the right track. However, since we got back, both nights he stayed out past 3 a.m. on a work night. And I've had my suspicions that he started doing coke again, which he promised me he wouldn't. So I snooped. I know. His computer iMessages because they sync up with his phone messages. And yes, he was texting with his dealer and sending pics of him doing coke to his friend Greg. But then I noticed the texts to Greg were weird, like heart emojis and I miss you. So I kept scrolling, and there were all these explicit texts and him telling this girl he loves her. Obviously Greg was a fake name. And how much he despises me. And honestly, all this shocking stuff. I still believe I'm in some kind of nightmare. He's been sending her thousands of dollars, and based off their conversations, she's not the only escort he's been sleeping with, and he hasn't been using protection. The kicker is, I've been helping him pay rent and sending him money here and there because of cash flow issues with his business, and he has cash flow issues because of the prostitutes. I don't know why I'm posting this here. Maybe because I'm too embarrassed to confide in anyone I know. Maybe hoping to hear how other people have gotten through similar situations. He's going out of town next week for work, aka to meet up with this escort, and I'm planning on just moving out without saying anything. I also plan on telling his dad what's going on, since it's his father's business and he's taking company money to pay for sex. I also think I should tell his dad about the drug abuse, because he's going to kill himself with the path he's on. Coke, Adderall, Xanax booze, any other substance in the vicinity. I actually hate him to my core right now, but don't actually want him dead. Sorry for the stream of thought wall of texts. It's just 3 a.m. and I can't sleep and I feel so blindsided and hoping if I ever fall asleep, I'll wake up and this never happened. Okay, let's get a comment with a reply from Opie. Damn, that's pretty low down. You obviously know what needs to be done. Take a STD test to make sure you're clean and get rid of this guy. 8 years and he's sleeping with prostitutes and doing coke? He clearly doesn't care about his life. Don't let him ruin yours as well. Opie replies, Yep, getting tested is number 1 on my list to do, and thank you. I can't believe I wasted 8 years for this to be the end. I can't have him ruin my life any longer. So that was 3 years ago, and here's Opie's update. Oh wow, I had completely forgotten about this throwaway account I made and just stumbled back on it. As someone who hates when people don't provide updates, 'cause I'm nosy, sorry I never provided one. Also, rereading my prior post, it sounds so fake. I'm starting to realize half the crazy posts I think on Reddit are fake actually are probably real, lol. Anyways, on to the updates nobody asked for, and honestly, it's been almost 3 years at this point. It feels like a lifetime ago, and I can't believe that was my life, so sorry if details are a little glossed over. For starters, in hindsight, finding out about the cheating was the best thing that ever happened to me. I have weird, anxious thoughts about the alternative timeline me who never discovered any of this and stayed in that relationship. After I found out, the next day I went and got STD testing, all clear, and the nurse was actually the first person I told about what happened. I immediately started the process of moving out, emailed landlords separately to let them know we would not be renewing. Luckily, we only had like 2 months left. Since he was leaving in a couple of days to go out of town for work, I decided to just suck it up and play it cool till he left. Once he left, I packed up all my stuff, hired a moving company to keep my things in storage until I figured out where I wanted to live, and booked a flight out to California to stay at a hotel on a beach with my dog. and I have family out there. I'm actually pretty close with my family, but I did this all on my own because I just wanted to process things on my own and wanted to ugly cry in peace. The day my ex was supposed to return to our apartment, I did end up contacting his parents to let them know what was up so they could meet him there. Mainly because I was afraid he would do something drastic once he saw I was gone. I ended up staying in California for a couple of months with my sister until I decided to move back to my city midsummer. I didn't love living out of a suitcase and wanted to make a new place for myself. After initially staying no contact, me and my ex did start texting again. Was not healthy and probably due to some level of codependency. He got into therapy and went sober, although he refused to go to AA or anything. The whole time he thought we would eventually get back together, but I was adamant that we would never, although thought we could be friends. LOL. Eventually, we had to stop talking because he got pissed that everything he was doing wasn't making me want to get back together with him. And occasionally, he would blame me for why he cheated in the first place. Classic. Oh, and he started drinking again. Trigger warning for the next paragraph. The last straw was that fall when he texted me he had drank a bottle of vodka plus a full bottle of Xanax and he'd see me in the next life. He ended up getting to the hospital on time and after having his stomach pumped was fine, but this was a very traumatic event for me. After everything was handled, I blocked his number. Probably should have happened from the start. But I don't know, codependency crap. That saga, more or less, ended back in November 2021. So flash forward over 2 years later and some present-day updates. I'm a completely different person to where my family is shocked. I hadn't realized how much that relationship was affecting me negatively. I used to truly be a glass half empty person to the core, and now I'm so easygoing, happy, glass half full type of gal. And I lost like 40 pounds. Not that losing weight is always a good thing, but in my case it was. I'm 33 now, and to all the ladies out there afraid of starting over in their 30s, don't despair. I have been dating my amazing boyfriend for 2 years now, who is actually perfect for me. My ex and I were opposites. He was a chaotic wild card, grumpy and really not a kind or considerate person. Really embarrassed why I was dating a person like this. My current boyfriend is so chill, has such a calming presence, and is the kindest and most thoughtful person I've met. We have not had a single fight in the 2 years we've been together, and are just very respectful of each other. Something that, at the core, my last relationship lacked. My ex seems to be doing fine, hasn't changed much from what I hear through the grapevine. We don't really talk, but I wish him the best. Let's get some comments with replies from Opie. Congratulations for getting free from him. Your ex will never change. It doesn't even sound like he wants to change. Opie replies, Thanks. I think at the end of the day, as they say, people really don't change. Even myself, while I seem like a different person, I think I'm the same at the core, just a happy version now that I'm not weighed down by all the stress and negativity of my prior relationship. Someone else comments, What an amazing update. I'm so happy for you. It's wonderful that in retrospect you can see what a gift it was to find out about his cheating. Continue to thrive. Opie replies, Oh, thank you. Yeah, at the time it was seriously the most emotionally soul-crushing experience, but funny how time heals all. While it was truly awful, I do think the experience shaped me, and I came out the other side a better person. Well, Opie, I also love your update and I'm glad you're out of the relationship because, as somebody said there, it doesn't seem like your ex wants to change. And when he was getting upset with you, when he was supposedly not drinking anymore and all of this, and you still wouldn't take him back, I think it was just for show. He just wanted to lure you back, a false sense of security, and have you come back to him, and then just continue with the way he's always been. And that, as you say, it's not the life for you. You were a different person when you were with him, and now you're yourself again. You're happy, you're relaxed, and you've got a wonderful partner. You said there at the end that you and your ex don't really talk. Well, Opie, I hope you don't talk at all. In your original post 3 years ago, you mentioned how he was telling this escort under the name of Greg, that he despises you. I mean, this person has no respect for you, never had and never will. It's best to just not have your ex in your life in any shape or form. On to story number 2. Opie writes, I, 23 female, have been with my boyfriend, 26 male, for about 4 years. I met him through my sister, 27 female, who's been his best friend since freshman year. She's a lesbian and getting married to her girlfriend in October. Me and her have always been close. The usual sibling stuff. Sometimes we fought, but always resolved it because she's my best friend. Our parents have always been supportive of both of us, and when she came out, our parents basically said, oh yeah, we know, when can we meet her? I've always had some issues with guys getting close to me for my sister, because she is the prettier and more outgoing between us. But she's always helped me build up my confidence, and made jokes about me becoming lesbian to avoid the awkward guys. My boyfriend always flattered me, told me how I'm his one and only, how he can't wait to start a family with me, all that stuff. He was my first kiss, the one I lost my virginity to, all the cliché Hallmark movie stuff. Well, last night, after we had finished having sex, he randomly said, you know, sometimes I pretend when we're effing that I'm with your sister. He saw the way I looked at him, I guess, and immediately backpedaled, saying, a few years ago, not anymore. I don't know why I said that, I'm sorry. And kept apologizing and trying to make what he said less bad, I guess. I asked him straight up if he was cheating on me with my sister, and he denied it, saying that he was just high off the sex, and didn't know why he said that because it wasn't true. I'm currently at my sister and her girlfriend's apartment, sobbing my eyes out because I don't know what I did wrong. I thought I had finally found a guy who liked me, not my sister, but I was wrong. I feel like I've thrown out years of my life for him, for absolutely nothing. He's been blowing up my phone, and at first it was, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, come back, babe. But now he's saying stuff like, I knew you were the crazy one, you can't take a joke. I feel like I don't even know my boyfriend anymore. Let's get some comments and then we get Opie's update. You are definitely not the crazy one that can't take a joke. He is crazy to think what he said was okay. It was hurtful and absolutely a crap thing to say. I'm sorry, but you deserve better. Opie replies, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do at this point. My parents have been hinting he's asked about proposing, and everything felt like it was going perfect until the other day. Someone else comments, the way his texts have changed tone should be indication enough to show how cuckoo he is. He knows he's been caught out, so now he's trying to flip it as him being the victim, when in fact he was the idiot who wasted 4 years of your life. Opie replies, I honestly have no idea why his texting even changed. It's like he's a totally different person all of a sudden. And here's Opie's update. Well, I met up with my boyfriend at our apartment a day after my first post, along with my sister and her girlfriend, who I'll be calling Mel. He immediately asked why we were having an intervention and interrupting his game night. I asked him to turn the computer off and come to the living room. Then minutes later he did, after finishing a Fortnite match. I asked him if what he said he actually meant, and he asked my sister and her girlfriend to leave, so they went into the kitchen. He said he didn't mean it, and he already forgot it happened, even though I haven't been home in 4 days. I told him to pack his crap and leave, and he refused, and got up to do who knows what. My sister and Mel came in and told him to go. He again refused, saying it was his house. I asked where his name was on the rent, and he said it didn't matter because he lived there. So I took the initiative, for once in my life, yeah me, and went into our room, pulled out a duffel bag and started packing for him. My ex started following me, getting panicked, and saying he would pack but to just leave the room so he could. Well, I didn't trust him with my stuff, as I have a lot of antique jewelry and stuff. I'm a thrifty gal, what can I say? Which I definitely didn't want him to take. In the bottom of the duffel bag was several condom wrappers and unopened ones. No, we never put our condom trash into a duffel bag after sex. No, didn't loan it to a friend. Whatever could have happened, you may be wondering, grasping your phone in anticipation. The answer? He's a cheating piece of crap. He saw I found it and claimed he was sleeping with my sister. You know, my lesbian sister? That sister. Mel, me and my sister told him to cut the BS, and he had 5 minutes to pack before we called the cops. And my sister, the lesbian, said if anything was missing, we would file a report. After he left to who knows where, me and the girls had a cry fest. Okay, just me. And my sister kept telling me she would never sleep with anyone I was with, male or not, which I obviously believe. He's been blowing up my phone, my sister's phone, Mel's phone. I don't know how he got it. With him saying he's homeless and he wants me back, or wants my sister. And calling Mel a effing sinner W. He's been blocked and hopefully out of our lives for good. Thank you guys for giving me the support and strength to leave him. It means a lot that strangers I never have met would care. Stay safe, everyone. Okay, let's get to comments with replies from Opie. Tell him to go and stay with one of his affair partners. Opie replies, he's blocked, but his mom called and she was not happy about what she heard from me. Apparently she's debating disowning him. So another win for me, to be honest. Another comment. You should get checked for STDs and ask specifically for a full panel. This man sounds like the type that is hiring women to fulfill fantasies or is otherwise engaging in risky behavior. Opie replies, I have, waiting on results and coming back in 6 months to do another. Well, Opie, good for you, because the thing for me is the way he changed when he was trying to get you back, the way the tone of his messages changed, and his whole attitude, like you say, you didn't even recognize him anymore. And then to say he was cheating on you with your sister, it just sounds so absurd, everything, and trying to come between the two of you. He does come across as toxic. And I'm sorry that you spent 4 years with this person only to find out that, well, he doesn't really care. But Opie, as we saw with story number 1, it's a good thing to know the truth, because then you can get on with your life and you can find the right person for yourself. And there definitely is a guy out there that's going to love you for you. Well, that's it for this edition of Wow Drama Stories. Please leave a comment, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Take care of yourself. Bye.